New bond issues dried up as corporates delved into tighter norms, and now the government admits its mistake and has moved to undo these unintended outcomes. We've got Shriram Iyer joining in with all the exclusive details. Shriram, fill us in.
Unintended outcomes indeed, Avan. This debenture reserves that was introduced in the new Companies Act quite literally killed the corporate market, corporate bond market, at least in the short term. In the month of April, we saw a significant reduction in new bond issues because the corporates really couldn't sort of fathom what was the intention of this norm and how it would affect them in the short term or the long term for that matter. So as they read into these norms and they decided to keep their new bond issues aside for a while, and of course decided to engage in a dialogue with the government, saying that this is really going to make business unviable for them, particularly the non-banking financial companies for whom these bond issues are a big source of fundraising, and once that dries up, their business is pretty much on a halt, and that is why they were reached out to the government asking for some kind of help. And of course now they are taking cognizance of this issue, and the Ministry of Corporate Affairs is now engaging in a dialogue with the RBI, which is also a stakeholder in these bond issues. They are expected to come up with some kind of a middle ground. They will cut the debenture reserve. Just for our viewers, what is a debenture reserve? It's basically what the companies will have to set aside 1 year before the bond matures. The 50% of the redemption amount has to be set aside 1 year before, which means they'll have to raise a lot more money in the run-up to the redemption. And of course, 15% of every bond issue proceeds has to be parked in government securities. Now that will also be cut down, is what we are picking up from our sources. However, at this point of time, it is in consultation. The RBI and the Ministry of Corporate Affairs will have to come up with a set of norms that are agreeable to one and all and a post. So we are expecting a decision at least 15 days from now, if not more.